Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi Dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comment section. Good luck! Now let's proceed with the latest Iraqi Dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. All right, family, let's talk about what's happening. There are some major developments right now that could shape Iraq's financial future in ways we've been waiting on for years. We've got international consultants like Oliver Wyman stepping in with a hard deadline at the end of the month, and they're not here for busy work. We've got the central bank launching brand new compliance platforms designed to manage cash and clean up the system. We've got the parallel market rate narrowing, the exact kind of stability the IMF has been demanding. And then there's the chatter from Alak himself, hinting at something better than 1980. That's just the surface. The real story is deeper, and it's all starting to line up in a way we haven't seen before. So stick with me, because in a moment we're going to break down these updates piece by piece. And at the end, I'll give you my full analysis on why this next window might be the most critical we've seen yet. From Intel guru Bruce via Wiser now. We had a timeline. I believe the timeline has been altered. I believe that even though they may have algorithms in place to set all these things into motion and nothing can stop it now, we've all heard that, right? Nothing can stop it now. Maybe that is the case, but I cannot say absolutely that's the case, because we've had a few things happen that has slowed this down for us. Do we have a timeline right now that gives us our dates of notification, time to set up our exchange, first day of exchange? The answer is no, not yet. At this point, it's probably wise to not try to be too optimistic and put out what I think or what I'm hearing, because what I'm hearing is not clear on when this is going to actually go for us. We have to be patient, but they're working diligently to make this thing a reality for us. From Intel Guru, yada, different circumstance with Vietnam than with Iraq. Vietnam economy was suppressed with China controlling it. Iraq was suppressed under dictatorships, but now they are the answer to the international community. They cannot stay at 13.10 to $1 and do all they plan on doing for the Middle East. From Intel Guru, Frank 26 Iraq, boots on the ground report from Firefly. More nasty rumors by Iranian-backed politicians. They're saying Iraq is going to devalue the dinar to the dollar. Saleh is saying this is not true. From Frank, if they're telling you your currency is going to be devalued, then you can be rest assured, guaranteed, you can have great confidence that it is the complete opposite. They're going to add value, exactly what they said 2 days ago. That's what Iranian influence does in your country. From Newshound Guru Clare, article, the Iraqi government denies allegations of its intention to devalue the dinar against the dollar. Quote, Saleh said Iraq's exchange rate policy is a contractual one between the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank of Iraq, given that the reserves supporting the Iraqi dinar reinforce the external value of the currency. This means that the dinar, backed by foreign currency, comes from oil revenues. He considered the policy of devaluing the dinar to be dangerous and not easy, while the state is constantly working to raise and improve the value of the dinar, not to devalue it. From newshound guru Militia Man article, the central bank launches the security clearance platform. There's an estimated 80% of currency held outside the banking system. If we use the assumption that the SPP, Security Clearance Platform, is an effort for post-revaluation or redenomination, it is bolstered and supported by this action. It may trigger an influx of cash deposits as citizens exchange old notes for new notes. The platform may be a critical tool in managing the transition, ensuring banks can handle increased volumes. The move by the central bank looks to support the assumption that the platform is part of preparatory measures. It is not surprising to see this type of action from the central bank. It would likely be expected. From newshound guru Pimpy, Trump wants Iraq to be sovereign, to be independent away from the influence of Iran. Iran, as weak as they are right now, they're going to do everything they can to hold on as tightly as possible to Iraq. The fact that Iraq's politicians are all Iranian-backed politicians is not a good thing. That means they're influenced by Iran, and whatever Iran wants, Iran gets, not what the Iraqi people want. From Intel newshound guru MarkZ via PDK. Article, CBI discusses banking reform plan with Oliver Wyman. I believe they are on a limited time period, less than 20 days to get things done. They are linking the Iraqi-compliant banks with the international world. We were told when they entered the international world they would have an international currency. And we expect a higher value. From newshound Intel guru FNULNU article, officials estimated nearly 92% of Iraq's cash remains outside the banking system, making it one of the world's most cash-dependent economies. Quote, although Parliament has pushed to merge and modernize public banks, progress remains stalled due to entrenched inefficiencies and outdated digital infrastructure. Iraq is nowhere near being able to revalue the currency, let alone re-establishing itself on Forex. From Intel guru Frank 26, Allah is no longer looking for security and stability because he has it. What he's looking for is the only reason why they have not lifted the value yet, and that is the dinar mattresses. That is the reason now, and can be solved very quickly. It was exciting for him to tell Iraqi citizens, we're going to come out with the rate better than 1980. That's why this is a reinstatement. From newshound guru Sandy Ingram, despite Iraq's substantial oil reserves, there's little international demand for the dinar. This lack of demand, coupled with Iraq's ongoing economic challenges and reliance on oil exports priced in US dollars, has contributed to the dinar's low exchange rate. We expect the Development Road Project, a massive $17 billion project that will shorten the shipping route between Asia and Europe, will change the need for the IQD. No less than 10 countries will need the IQD to lower the cost of shipping goods from Asia and the Middle East, which will automatically increase the need for the IQD. Plus, Iraq's GDP will increase due to lower unemployment rates and higher oil revenue due to massive oil field expansions. From newshound guru Caparoni, article, 10 banks are unable to return customer deposits, and lack of confidence keeps 80% of funds outside banks. Before ending with the last updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is legislation. Comment below if you think we are close to the revaluation or the reinstatement of the dinar. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From newshound guru Clare. Article, U.S. State Department on the Iraq-Iran Security Agreement, we reject any legislation that conflicts with our goals. Quote, the U.S. State Department expressed its rejection of the Security Memorandum of Understanding recently signed between Iraq and Iran on Tuesday evening, reaffirming its opposition to any legislation that conflicts with U.S. objectives and contradicts efforts to strengthen Iraq's existing security institutions. We support true Iraqi sovereignty, not legislation that would turn Iraq into a vassal state of Iran, Bruce emphasized. From newshound guru Militia Man, great information coming out from the Central Bank of Iraq. They're having meetings with Oliver Wyman, one of the largest financial institutions in the world. They have a security clearance platform they're dealing with. These things are tying into what we believe is setting up for a redenomination and revaluation of the Iraqi currency. The evidence isn't my view per se, but the evidence is in print. And finally, the last update is from Intel guru Frank 26. Everything is already set up to go international. That means inside of Iraq, everything is ready for the new exchange rate because you are ready to go outside. You can't go outside unless the inside is set first. The television is educating the Iraqi citizens like crazy right now. It's about to float. The international banks need to be ready for that. Before we dive into this breakdown, let me say this. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on everything related to Iraq's currency reform and the potential RVRI, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss the timing when these puzzle pieces finally click into place. Now let's get into it. Here's what stands out to me. First off, the fact that Iraq brought in Oliver Wyman, one of the world's top financial consultancies, is huge. You don't hire a firm like that to shuffle papers. These guys specialize in banking reform, capital adequacy, and FX policy. So when the CBI sits down with Oliver Wyman, it screams serious preparation for global integration. This is not random. This is a clear move toward modernization and credibility on the world stage. Then we've got the Security Permits Platform, SPP. Some might dismiss it as just another bureaucratic tool, but look closer. This platform has over 80 data checkpoints designed to ensure compliance, monitor cash, and align with international anti-money laundering standards. If Iraq wanted to keep their currency at 1300 and stay stuck, they wouldn't need this. But if they're planning to handle an influx of cash deposits, manage redenomination, and build trust with international banks, then yeah, this platform makes perfect sense. It's infrastructure for a currency transition. Another major sign, the parallel market rate gap has dropped to under 4%. That's textbook IMF compliance for moving toward Article 8 obligations. It means Iraq is stabilizing, aligning with global standards, and positioning itself for the next step. On top of that, remember earlier this year they scrapped the dollar auction model, which was basically a loophole for corruption and instability. Add to it inflation holding steady at around 2 to 3%, and you've got the kind of stability the IMF has been demanding for years. Now, I've got to address the skeptics, especially FNU LNU's take that Iraq is nowhere near revaluing because 90% of currency is still outside the banks. Sure, that's a fact. Iraq is still highly cash dependent. But let's be clear. The IMF's Article 4 report isn't a prophecy. It's a baseline projection. They keep the 1300 number in place for stability. Meanwhile, reforms are actively being rolled out. Oliver Wyman at the table, compliance platforms in motion, dollar auctions eliminated, and the market rate gap closing fast. That's not the behavior of a country sitting idle. That's the behavior of a country building the exact infrastructure required to re-enter global markets. And Frank 26's point about Alaq, spot on. Alaq isn't chasing security and stability anymore. He already has it. The one obstacle left is the so-called dinar mattresses, citizens holding massive amounts of cash outside the banks. And guess what? That can be solved very quickly with the right incentives, new notes, or structured deposit campaigns. The fact that he's publicly hinting at a rate better than 1980 tells you where his head is at reinstatement, not devaluation. So where does that leave us? Iraq is ticking the boxes. Compliance platforms, consultancy partnerships, market stabilization, digital reform, and citizen education. These aren't maybes. They're all happening in real time. No one can give us the date, but to say we're years away ignores the momentum we're actually seeing. In my opinion, the RVRI path is still firmly on the table. The timing, that's the unknown. But the intent, the infrastructure, the signals, they're all pointing in the same direction. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the moment it flips. And here's the cliffhanger I'll leave you with. The next 20 days could tell us more than the last 20 years. If these reforms hit their targets, this could be the window Iraq has been building toward all along. And that is my final take. Furthermore, we posted a breaking analysis the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses, an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I broke down how this development ties directly into the RVRI process, how it connects with IMF Article 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. Most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next one.